everyone, and welcome to TWF, Dynamite or Mike. I, Michael Cole, with Tony Schiavone, and with Clarence Mason, and and today on Dynamite, and today on Dynamite or Mike, we're gonna have a good show here today. We got Father Yule, also known as Grandfather Cole to others, and he's going to be here today on Dynamite or Mike. You got that right, Michael. Father Yule, Grandfather Cold, whatever you want to call him, he's already in the ring, and he's got something to say to everybody, so listen up. Clarence Mason says, I want to say right now that I think it's too early for Father Yule or Grandfather Cold or whatever you want to call him. The man most likely is some outlaw. He's got way too many names to himself. Father Yule, Grandfather Cold, Santa Claus, Holy Fellow Nicholas. Hi everyone, it is I, Father Yule to many, Grandfather Cold to others, and to many others known as Santa Claus, which was just a borrowing of the Duchess word, which really just meant Holy Fellow Nicholas. Now, I know it's still too early, and Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving Day is the big next holy day, at least for the 4-1 Reichs. Maybe not for the rest of the world, but at least for the 4-1 Reichs. Now, Santa Claus wants to say there are two things that tend to happen at Yule time. One would be, hopefully you're being thankful for all the things you have year round and not just one Thursday out of the year. Well, and at the end of the Thanksgiving Day walk, who shows up? I do. And over the years, a lot of folks have scathed me for having anything to do with Yule. They're like, Yule is onlooking the birth of Jesus, and they're like, you have nothing to do with that, they would say. And they would be right. I do not have nothing to do with Jesus' birthday Yule. Alright, I don't. I never did. But a lot of folks will scathe me and say, oh, well, you took Yule away from, they'll say you took Yule away from Jesus, and that's not true. I didn't take Yule away from Jesus. Yule will always be Jesus' birthday, And the way I want to look at it is that Yule will always be Jesus' birthday, and I didn't take that away from him. So, and a lot of folks like to scathe me for knowing when children are awake or when they're asleep, they've been bad or good. That's the only insight that God and Jesus give me, is knowing that, and that's it. I don't go share it with anyone else. I don't take the upper hand on anyone else, at all. And I just want to say, oh, Santa Claus, Father Yule, SpongeBob SquarePants, it is good to see you. It's good to see you too, but I can't stand up, unless someone's holding me. And I just want to say, don't worry about the haters. There's not really much you can do about the haters. But I just want to say that I am happy. I just want to say that I am truly happy to see you. Because I know that Yule's about the birth of Jesus, Son of God. And all you do is keep the glee and happiness of Jesus' birthday Yule alive. And for that, I want to say thank you. Well, thank you, SpongeBob. Is there anything you want for Yule? I mean, you're getting Jesus for Yule. We all got Jesus for Yule. Well, I don't know. Maybe you can make my friend Squidward happy. I see what I can do about that, SpongeBob, but that's more free will. And it's up for Squidward to make himself happy, because no one else out there is going to do it. But it is kind that you were kind-hearted enough to act on his behalf if I could make him happy. And I'll see what we can do. Alright, happy Yule, happy Thanksgiving. Same to you, SpongeBob. Happy Thanksgiving, happy Yule. Well, now we got SpongeBob SquarePants in the ring, Michael Cole says. And some folks out there might wonder just who is SpongeBob SquarePants going to, some folks are going to ask and say, what's he in the ring for? What's he going to do? You know? You know? And I think we already have the answer. You know. And SpongeBob SquarePants is in the ring now. He already got to hang out with Santa Claus or Father Yule or whatever you want to call him. And I think, that, and I truly think that is cool, to see him. Michael Cole says, yeah, it's good to see him too, Tony Schiavone says, but I wonder why. So, I know the living sagas are coming up, and I know that I might not be, I might not be in the match though, but I just want to wish Shrek and Wonder Woman and Seth Rollins and Thor good luck against, against Gunther and Luke Guy, and Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens, and King Caesar, because they're going to need it. Oh, come on. SpongeBob SquarePants. This is sad. What do you mean it's sad? Well, Clarence Mason says that we're going to say this now. I'll say this right now, and someone can scare me if they want. But I think SpongeBob SquarePants is the one who, can stand in the ring now. I think SpongeBob SquarePants, he besmirched the Nickelodeon folk work. Yeah, SpongeBob SquarePants. Thanks to you, you're the one that besmirched. You're the one who besmirched the Nickelodeon folk work. I didn't besmirch the Nickelodeon folk work, MJF. Yeah, you did. How did I besmirch the Nickelodeon folk work? I mean, how did I do that? First off, SpongeBob, I'll tell you how you besmirched it, you dumb fuck. You're the only show that gets high watch time on there. That's the only show folks talk about. I mean, there used to be many other good live shows and drawing shows on the Nickelodeon folk work. You came along and fucked it all up. I didn't fuck up the Nickelodeon folk work. I didn't besmirch it. It's still watchable. Need be Nickelodeon isn't where it once was, but I didn't besmirch it. Alright, MJF, we had quite enough of you coming out here and bullying SpongeBob SquarePants. We came to fight here today. We didn't come here to bitch about the Nickelodeon farcy or folk work being besmirched or not. We came to fight. And here today, we will have a fight. It's going to be MJF fighting SpongeBob SquarePants. Now, let's do that match now. Oh, fuck. Stand up. Well, now no one can stand up in a ring now. That is so bad. Meaning, well, need be, they can't stand up in the middle of the ring anymore. Well, the match got started. And MJF just knocked down SpongeBob SquarePants and then body slammed him, Tony Schiavone says. He comes out here and says that SpongeBob SquarePants besmirched the Nickelodeon folk work, Michael Cole says. Give me a break. MJF likes to bully. He likes to shame others, Tony Schiavone said. Anyone who's ever watched him in ZZW, MLW, or AEW knows he likes to besmirch folks. He likes to start shit with folks. He likes to play the bullied while he's being a bullied. Well, I like him, says Tony Schiavone. I like him a lot, Clarence Mason says. He's like AEW's take on The Miz. And I like him, Clarence Mason said. This coming from a lawyer, kind of sad. SpongeBob SquarePants body slammed on Maxwell Jacob Friedman. I have the right to free speech. I have the right to my own thoughts and beliefs, Clarence Mason said. And I like Maxwell Jacob Friedman, his stand, his mindset, and his behaviors. Nothing unlawful and sinful about that. SpongeBob SquarePants coming back, said Clarence Mason. You're right about that, Michael Cole says. SpongeBob SquarePants cannot be smoothly beat up because that one bully who wanted to beat him up in that one saga just kept hitting him and nothing happened. Maxwell Jacob Friedman's going to most likely just beat himself down on SpongeBob SquarePants, Michael Cole says. And SpongeBob SquarePants is going to get even on Maxwell Jacob Friedman, Tony Schiavone said, for scathing him for besmirching the Nickelodeon farsi or folk work. But then let's be earnest about it. Tony Schiavone says. If you're not watching it for SpongeBob SquarePants, what are you watching it for? And SpongeBob SquarePants, he just hit the wrong side. Maxwell Jacob Friedman just dropped SpongeBob SquarePants. Will that be enough to put SpongeBob SquarePants away, Michael Cole says. I don't think it's going to take more than that to beat SpongeBob SquarePants, Tony Schiavone said. Clarence Mason said he's still man-like or sponge-like or whatever he is, some kind of sea being. He can still be beaten. He still feels ache, right? Clarence Mason says, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. Ding-ding. Here is your winner, MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Maxwell Jacob Friedman has beat SpongeBob SquarePants here today on Dynamite or Mike. And some folks out there, might scathe Maxwell Jacob Friedman, for doing that. For beating SpongeBob SquarePants, Michael Cole says. I think SpongeBob SquarePants should have beat Maxwell Jacob Friedman. At least that is my belief, Michael Cole says. But then again, that's my belief of it. Well, Tony Schiavone said SpongeBob SquarePants, he lost the match, but he still put in a good fight, and he should have beat Maxwell Jacob Friedman, but sadly that didn't happen, Tony Schiavone says. No, it didn't happen, Clarence Mason says. SpongeBob SquarePants, that slide of shit sea being, as Angry Grandpa called him once, lost to Maxwell Jacob Friedman. What I thought was a great match. Well, alright, we'll take it away now to Clarence. We'll take it away to Jonathan Coachman. Alright. Thank you, Tony Schiavone. Thank you, Michael Cole and Tony Schiavone. I'm going to be talking with Maxwell Jacob Friedman here today on Dynamite or Mike. Dynamite, alright, MJF. Why do you like to come out and be a heel, and be a creep, and be a bully? Wow, Jonathan Coachman, if the show is not about me, then if it's not about me, I like to make it about me. And I like to bully. I like to be a bully and a creep and a heel. It's not sinful, it's not unlawful to be a bully or a creep or a heel. That's true, but God and Jesus would not be happy with anyone being a bully and a creep and a heel. That's true again. But I like to be a bully. I like to be a creep. And it's helped me become the AEW heavyweight fighter. It helped me become the two-time TWF heavyweight fighter. Yeah, but at the end of the day, being a bully and being a creep isn't helping you win matches, now is it? You wronged SpongeBob SquarePants, and I think you need to say you're sorry to him for saying it was his mistake that the Nickelodeon Folkwork got besmirched. He did besmirch it. He ran all the other drawing shows and drawing films and live shows off. You have no truth to that. That's your belief. But I think SpongeBob SquarePants didn't do anything wrong, and the Nickelodeon Folkwork is still good. Yeah, you would believe that, Jonathan Coachman. You would believe that. Well, that's my talk with Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Back to you, Michael Cole and Tony Schiavone. Well, thank you, Jonathan Coachman, for talking with MJF here today on Dynamite or Mike. And that's all the time we got here for Dynamite or Mike. I, Michael Cole, with Tony Schiavone and Clarence Mason. We hope you like Dynamite or Mike, and we'll see you tomorrow for Impact or Hit.